Corey Strumman. Welcome to the Rochester Rising podcast, where we amplify the stories of entrepreneurs in Rochester, Minnesota. Thank you for spending some time with us today to learn more about small business and the culture of entrepreneurship in Rochester. We hope that you learned something today from a local entrepreneur that can help you with your own journey. Rochester Rising is a part of Collider, a Rochester-based nonprofit that activates, connects, and empowers early-stage entrepreneurs in our community. You can learn more about Collider and how our organization can help accelerate and assist your entrepreneur journey at collider.mn. We release a podcast episode the second Wednesday of each month here at Rochester Rising, which you can find on the Collider website or wherever you best like to listen to your podcasts, including on YouTube. We also have many articles and videos that we have created over the years telling the stories of both new and very experienced business owners. You can find all of that content on our website. We launched Rochester Rising in 2016 to tell stories of entrepreneurship taking place within the city of Rochester, Minnesota, especially stories that otherwise would not have been told, and to take the time to understand each entrepreneur and what their experience has been like in this community. If you find value in this podcast, please consider donating if you can so that we can continue sharing these stories. We use the local business For Giving for our fundraising efforts. You can find more information about our tip jar and how to donate through For Giving in our show notes. This week on the podcast, we chat with local entrepreneur Cassie West, who started her own event planning, coordinating, and design business, Cassie West Events. Thanks for listening. So before we get into the business side of things, welcome, first of all. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. Well, first of all, tell me a little bit about you and what makes you outside of being an awesome event coordinator.
Well, thank you for that, first of all. I love the outdoors. My husband and I love everything from camping to hiking to fishing. He's a big fisherman, and I've become a big fisherman because of him. So we do everything with our two pups, Petty and Bodie. Aww. Yes, so Bodie is a puppy, so he's keeping us on our toes right now.
Honey.
Yeah. Yes,
I love that. Yes. What kind of dogs are they?
They're both cockatoos, so
fun.
Yeah, super fun, super cute.
Active.
Totally active. Yeah, and I have a huge addiction to estate sales and garage sales, so love all of that stuff. So.
Yeah. Did you do the 100-mile garage sale this last week?
I did. I sure did.
Amazing. Any great finds?
Just odds and ends, little treasures here and there. It was such a gorgeous day. So just being with my girlfriend and having fun.
That's great.
Driving around the river was perfect.
Excellent.
Yes,
I love
a little
that.
Day off.
Yes. I'm sure that's needed right before the wedding season fully launches.
Yes.
Well, how did you first become interested in event planning and weddings in general?
I think growing up, I always just had that attention to detail and wanted to put all those extra touches into every bridal shower and baby shower that I hosted. And I started really helping out with friends' weddings, just kind of as a personal attendant. And then I got to be more and more. Yeah. And then when all the main vendors started coming to me and all the guests and my friends were like, why are you not doing this? And I was like, why am I not?
Were you working a day job at the time?
Yeah, I was in the service industry, so serving and bartending for about 15 years. And, I got to that point where I was looking for something different in my life. Mm-hmm. And, I went with it. I said, why not? And I jumped in full force.
Did you always kind of know that you wanted to work for yourself eventually or run your own business, or did that just kind of come about?
I think that came about, but then when I think back of it, all the things that I was thinking about doing when I was like in high school were definitely independent. So
Yeah.
I don't think I could go any other way anymore.
Right. Totally.
Yes.
Totally. I feel like, yeah, people work under other people for so long and then make that switch and it's just
Yeah.
like never again.
Right. Never again. Nope.
That's awesome. Did you grow up in Rochester?
I grew up in Owatonna, actually. So,
Okay.
yep.
Okay. So not too far away, but a little
Yep.
ways. So what brought you here and what kind of made you decide to open a business here?
I think that initially I came here straight out of high school and started the whole college thing. That wasn't for me at the time. Starting my own business was something I definitely went into thinking, what's my next step? And I think, being here in the vendor community has been such a great experience. And that's definitely what's kept me here.
Yeah.
It kept me going in my small business. It's such a great community to be part of.
Absolutely. What are some of the vendors you work with? I know, obviously, Brianna at Fox and Fern, but what are some
Fox
of the
and
others?
Fern. Definitely Majestic Events. My office is in Majestic Events. It just makes sense. I mean, to team up with the vendors that you're going to be working with the most. And what I kind of did, I immersed myself in both of those businesses. I worked with Fox and Fern for 4 years while I was starting my business. My office in Majestic Events also lets me know what their needs are, which helps my clients too.
Yeah.
I can better know, navigate all those things for my clients. So
Yeah, you can anticipate problems before they arise.
Absolutely.
And all that. That's super, super useful.
Yes.
When you were first getting started, what big challenges did you face?
Gosh, I think, it really came naturally to me. It really flowed. I think the biggest challenge was myself, not letting go of that fear, not going into full force. I took too many years to just, with a little bit of fear and instead of going for it and having the confidence. So, yeah, I think that's, usually yourself is the biggest roadblock. So
True. Yeah, that fear keeps us
and
from doing good
I
things.
definitely taught myself from the ground up. So learning all of those ins and outs of it took a little bit more time.
Yeah.
But it was worth it. Definitely.
Totally. Did you feel like you had some key influences that kind of helped you on your design and coordinating journey?
Well, definitely. I think my partnership with Fox and Fern, has taught me so much throughout my career. Just learning those little details. Bree started her business before I did, so I get to learn. She told me so many things. You just have to trust.
Yeah,
that was the biggest thing. You just have to trust,
and it'll all work out.
Yeah, and it's so true. It really is so true.
Yeah, that's awesome. So definitely it seemed like you had a lot of friends and family members, and I'm sure they, through word of mouth, brought you lots of clientele. Did you feel that the Rochester community kind of immediately came around and supported you in your business?
Absolutely. I think that I go so full into force to making those connections with the vendors that they were just so open to it too. I definitely work with, as a wedding, I'm not there to, some people think that planners are there to tell everybody what to do. No, I am there to make your job easier as a vendor as well, because ultimately our end goal is to have the best day for our clients. And if those vendors are having an issue, I'm having an issue too. So we work as a team. Yes.
Yeah, 100%. There can always be such a stressful day, and
it definitely can.
If anybody's mood is off the rails, it can derail everybody.
Yeah.
So that's awesome that you can do
keeping everybody's momentum going and energy up is my job. So
I love that. Amazing. What's your favorite part of planning or executing an event?
Gosh, there's so many, but I think taking those ideas and putting them together and making them bigger and better than they had envisioned. Those those special moments, like I always plan a special reveal for my clients where they can come in, just the two of them in their photo and video, and walk the space. And it's just a special moment that they can just see their year of plus of planning just come to life. And that's my favorite moment. But then also seeing my clients and their friends and family members just be able to truly take in every moment is so important, because we take on all those little details for our clients and really help them soak in every moment of their day.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I love that. So say someone is hiring you to help them with an event. What is kind of that user experience like, or the process with working with you?
There's definitely different packages that I give. We start out with a minimum of a coordination package where that's just the month of, where I really help organize all those details of those vendors the last month, and then my team will run the day of to take off those stress.
Sure.
And then I go to full planning, where we literally can take on every single detail for you. So many clients here in town that are getting married are in the medical field and are so busy, and they just don't have time to take on those details. So I love putting all those details together for everybody, from stationery to the timeline. Putting all those things into play is so fun for me.
Yeah, of course. Do you find that people often kind of like have a clear vision for what they want, or do people often need to be guided?
There's definitely two different clients. There are the clients that know every single detail that they want, and they're definitely the ones that are more hands-on. And then there are the clients that really don't even know where to start. And, that's where we start a board, and they give me everything that they like, and I help bring it down to that one overall look for them. Yeah. And really help guide them through the whole process.
Yeah, 100%. I've firsthand seen the results of your very cohesive designs come together, and it's just always beautiful and amazing.
Thank you so much.
Is there an event that sticks out as one that was like especially awesome to plan?
Gosh, actually, this first wedding that I had this spring was so fun for me. I did the bridal shower, the wedding, and the brunch the next day. So I really got to be so involved with every single detail, and they really just let me go.
Fun.
I feel like they pushed me into a new part of my career that I hadn't gotten to yet. Yeah. So it was just so great to see that come to life and get me kind of out of that scared zone where I needed to be pushed. So
yeah. Oh, that's exciting. Yeah. And so like 3 very different events.
Such different events.
Yeah, stretch those creative muscles in different ways. Yeah. That's so exciting.
It was really fun.
Obviously, running a business, particularly in events, can be stressful and overwhelming. Yes. How do you find that you manage your mental health while running your business?
Gosh, that's a great question. Definitely lots of stress as a wedding planner, especially with you take on all the client stress too. But really making clear boundaries for myself, knowing that, I need time to shut off. Yeah. I need time for my head to shut off. So weekends when I'm not doing events, those are for me. You know, and night hours, I really make those boundaries for myself. And then also making time for my friends and family, and, getting out to nature really helps so much.
Yeah. Yeah. Wonderful. So during the pandemic, obviously events completely got put on hold for an amount of time. How did you manage to stay afloat during that time, or how did you get creative?
Gosh, that was definitely crazy. That was the first year that I actually went full time.
Ooh, bad timing.
Yes, very bad timing, but it also was so nice. I totally embraced it and just trusted that everything was going to be okay. My husband and I loved it. We got more time together, and I had a summer for the first time in years. So that was really nice. I think, just putting more time into my website and doing all those details really kind of got me through. It kept me a little bit busier and in that mental state of, okay, keep on going, keep on going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, totally. I'm glad that you came out on the other side of it.
Thank
fine.
you. Yes.
And I'm sure it's going to be an extremely busy summer of weddings for you.
Yes, definitely busy. Busiest year yet. So super excited for it.
Making up for it now.
Definitely.
So what advice would you give to others considering starting a business that maybe just don't know how to get started?
I would reach out to as many people in the industry as possible. I mean, start making those connections because those are your allies. Those are the people that are going to, when you're having a stressful time and you need to call up and ask them those questions, do that. And trust yourself. Go in for it. Like, just do it because it's so worthwhile. It really is.
Oh, awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here. It's been so nice chatting with you.
Thank you for having me, Corey. I appreciate it.
Thanks so much to Cassie for sharing her story. You can learn more about Cassie West Events by checking out the link in our show notes. And thank you for tuning into the podcast today. We are so appreciative of your time spent listening and your support of our work here at Collider. If you know an entrepreneur who would benefit from the conversation today, please share this podcast with them so they can benefit from the experience of other business owners in the community.